generally speaking, if you're talking about individual problems, like for example, the self, a person wants to fix himself, typically there are two major issues. One is ignorance. People simply don't know the truth, don't know the magnitude of the consequences. Most people do not know that there's even a consequence for their actions. Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, that are not brought up religious, or they're brought up religious but with a miseducation, they don't think that Judaism believes in hell. They think that everyone goes to heaven somehow. Not really sure how that makes logical sense, but nonetheless, many people don't think that Judaism believes in hell or in Gehenom. They think that everyone goes to heaven because they heard some statement in their Siddur, that's in the Mishnah, that says, Kol Yisrael yesh lahem chelek l'olam haba, that all of Israel has a share of the world to come, and they just didn't read the rest of it. That says, and these are the people that don't. So, a lot of people don't know enough to know what they're doing wrong. That's one. Two, it's in essence arrogance. Arrogance that the world has to dance to my tune. God has to dance to my tune. Society has to dance to my tune. People naturally believe that the world is supposed to operate according to what they believe. So when their boss doesn't do what they want him to do, they figure, let me just replace my job. They never naturally think, maybe I should be a better employee and earn that raise that I desire. If their marriage is not going so good, they think, oh, my wife is bad, my husband is bad. They don't necessarily naturally think that they are the problem. And there's a rule in humanity, which the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat says, "En adam roeh chova be'atzmo." A person doesn't see the obligation in himself. So this comes from arrogance, because arrogance is what leads a person to say lashon hara about somebody else. Arrogance is what leads a person to think it's okay to commit adultery, or to steal, or to be jealous, because in essence it's a person that thinks that the world was created for them and then sometimes by them. Not very different than Paro. So when you have ignorance and arrogance mixed, it's the perfect recipe for a disaster. When a person wants to make themselves into a vessel of good, a vessel of holiness, they do the exact opposite, which is learn more, wisdom, and humility. The more humble a person is, the more they become a vessel for Hashem to put more wisdom in them. And the more humble they are, the more they know how to use that wisdom. Whereas if a person is arrogant, they don't know how to use that wisdom. Why? Because they'll think that wisdom makes them better than everybody else. So they'll misuse that wisdom. They'll say, oh, but I know more than you, so therefore I'm better than you. Not true. You may be better than me at A, B, C, but I'm surely better than you at something. And even if you're better than me, I may be more righteous than you. And even if you're better than me, I may be more this than you. So that's one of the things we learned from the Igeret Ramban. The Ramban wrote a letter to his son, Rabbi Avraham, and he told him that never think that you're better than anybody else. Always look at other things, that they may be more humble than you, or they suffer more than you, and so on and so forth. So in society today, we live in such a world where the society teaches you that it's all about you, serving your pleasures and satisfying your desires, to such an extent that the second society doesn't meet your agenda, your protocol, surely it means that society is wrong and you are right. It's there's even movements today called Me Too. This Me Too movement. And it's not necessarily directly talking about what we're talking about, but it shows you the mindset of society, that everything is about me. Everything is just about fulfilling my needs. So if we become more humble and also acquire more real wisdom, that's divine wisdom, that's the recipe to solve all of these issues. All of these issues, and that's in essence what the Torah wants us to do.